So recently there has been a massive infrastructure revamp to the Giza Plateau, which is causing loads of issues. I have a friend who is a tour guide in Giza, and she's been speaking to me and relaying all of the things that have been happening, because in a nutshell, they have closed the traditional road access to the pyramids and the Giza Plateau. You used to be able to walk up from Mina House Hotel, which is a very short walk up to the pyramids, and you could drive up past the Sphinx and you would approach the pyramids, and you could take your tour bus, your private vehicle, whatever and you could park up in front of the pyramids, walk around and explore and whatever. They've changed that now. They've blocked the old road access and they've built a new road, which is all the way around the back. And they've built like gift shop and facilities, and they want everybody to access it through the gift shop, which makes sense. And then you are not allowed to take a private car, private tour bus up onto the Giza Plateau anymore. You have to park by the gift center and you have to go through their system, and then you have to wait for a public shuttle bus, which is like an old 90s diesel bus. They're not good conditions. They are like reeking of diesel and petrol, and they're not accessible. And they overstuff and overcrowd these buses and shuttle you up and between the pyramids, which means that you now do not enter the Giza Plateau and like approach the pyramids from sort of the front onwards. You approach from the back, which completely ruins the experience of coming face to face with the pyramids. It's very dangerous. And I'll just show you what she's been sending me. So obviously thousands of people visit the pyramids every day. It is always busy, and there's you can't really stop that. But now, because of the bottlenecking that's happening with the access to the site and the shuttle buses, it is becoming unsafe, because there is nowhere on the Giza Plateau is the desert. There is no shelter. There is no snack shops, water access once you're up on the plateau and in the desert. And therefore, before, it wasn't so much of a problem, because you would have your car or your air-conditioned bus where you could leave your belongings safely while you were walking around the desert and the plateau. And if you needed to, you could be taken very quickly back to your own vehicle and you could exit on your own terms. Now you cannot leave on your own terms. You have to wait for the timetable of the shuttle buses, which are about 45 minutes to an hour. So it's becoming, well, you can see the problems. If you times that by thousands and thousands of visitors and really, really hot conditions and sandstorms, it is not safe. And another thing is, it's not a one rule for all situation. There are people in suits, people of importance who are being able to be ferried up and down in golf carts. And I think I'm on the understanding that you can hire golf carts for $100 or so, if and when you are paying the baksheesh. So, but if you are a normal member of the public just trying to pay your ticket to go and see the site, you have to take the buses. And the reason, apparently, why they changed this infrastructure, obviously I understand that you want people to go through the gift shop and you want to make things more accessible, and they are planning on a whole revamp of the entire Sphinx Giza area. And so I know that they're doing that in order to kickstart the works, and they're going to knock down all of the houses in front of the pyramid, all of the shops, all of the restaurants, and they're going to rebuild this new like super shiny Giza. So this is the beginning, phase one of like the many phases. I get that and I understand that. However, the main reason that was cited for the change in this is for the environment, because they want to be more eco, and they're saying that they're going to provide eco shuttle buses. However, the buses provided are, from what I can see and what I'm being told by people who live there on the ground, they are old 90s diesel buses, not good condition, not good aircon, and they're being overfilled for capacity in unsafe ways. So it's one thing to try and help the environment, but these old diesel buses are not doing that. And obviously the system has only been running for a few days, and there's going to be bumps and hiccups along the way. However, already they're seeing that elderly people, people who are ill, people who are disabled, young children, they are getting in danger because they cannot now freely sort of access and leave the site whenever they need to. They are having to be shuttled in these buses, and there are big queues. It has changed. So there's the safety aspect of it, but then there's also the aspect of the entire experience of the pyramids has fundamentally changed and will never be the same again. And it's a shame. The tour guides are saying that it's ruining the spiritual, esoteric, importance of the site, like how you approach it, the time that you are given, because it's just not, it's dangerous on the one hand, and then it's also making the whole thing overcrowded and completely packed. I'll try and find a video. And this like public relegation of access to the pyramids is also bringing into question the privatization of these ancient sites. Because on the one hand, we're being told that they need to be preserved and they are like holy or sacred, and that there's like an integrity to the sites. But with the right money, you can hire the sites privately and have weddings and gigs and concerts where you build huge infrastructures on and around the site, and thousands of people come and use the site and party on the site. And they're saying like, well, then the reasons why you're saying we have to limit the access of the public is because of ecological or sacred reasons. Yet this happens, so which is it? So there's a lot going on the Giza Plateau, and the people who are working there, who made a living out of the like daily tours, the locals who used to do the camel rides, they've been relegated to a different section, and obviously they want like the established gift shops to sell things rather than the people who make their money selling things, artifacts out and about. So yeah, it's an issue, and I definitely agree with this one. Like, it's becoming a bit of an elitist thing that you can just hire a sacred site, but the public are relegated to old dirty buses, and they can't have just a car access and quick access to water and a toilet. Yes. Not sure how I feel. Well, I'm very sure how I feel about this. I don't agree with it at all. But I wanted to get the word out there that this is what's happening. And I think if enough eyes have enough eyes on this subject, then they can make sure that there is safe access, and they sort out the issues, and they fundamentally come to an agreement about how far is too far when pimping out the pyramids.